Good morning, Rotarians and guests. Welcome to the Rotary Club of Hudson. I'm Ron Strobel, the Sergeant at Arms. Our invocation this morning is by Mimi Becker. She's still thinking about the squirrel it was eating on her porch this morning. Oh, raccoon. Yeah, the raccoon.
Yeah, it's sometimes you have to fight your way to Rotary. This morning, the invocation is going to be in honor of Earth Month. And it is from an adaptation from the last people who lived in this land, who really understood what their relationship to it was. The Ute and the Cherokee. Earth, teach us each as the grasses are still with new light about quiet. Earth, teach us each suffering as old stones suffer with memory. Earth, teach us humility as blossoms are humble with beginning. Earth, teach us caring as mothers nurture their young. Earth, teach us courage as the tree that stands alone. Earth, teach us limitation as the ant that crawls on the ground. Earth, teach us freedom as the eagle that soars in the sky. Earth, teach us acceptance as the leaves that die each fall. Earth, teach us renewal as the seed that rises in the spring. Earth, teach us to forget ourselves as melted snow forgets its life. Earth, teach us to remember kindness as dry fields weep with the rain. Earth, teach us each to treat you well. You have not been given to us by our parents, but has been loaned to us by our children. We are not inheriting this earth from our ancestors. We are borrowing it from our children and their future generations. Help us to listen and hear your lessons. So be it.
Thank you, Mimi. And now to lead us in the pledge and four-way test, Jenny Fraser.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, with liberty and justice. Let us repeat the four-way test of Rotary. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Thank you.
Thank you, Jenny. And now our president, Father Joe Boisel.
Good morning, Rotarians and guests. We have a special day today, obviously. One of my favorite days in the Rotary year, the four-way speech contest. And so what I'm going to do in terms of our local club business is hold that off for a while until there's a time where judges will judge speech contests. I feel bad about people being judged. It's not part of my deal, but you all want to do that, you do what you do. But yeah, so we're gonna hold off the business till then. I do want to say welcome to our students from Hudson High School and Western Reserve Academy. We hope you feel like you're among friends and feel relaxed and welcome here today. And then we have with us the Clock Tower Rotary from here in Hudson as well. People who think it's better to get up at noon instead of at 7 a.m. Rock on you. I don't know how I missed you for the first year that I was here. And so here I am waking up early in the morning. Good to have you all with us today. We're excited. And so I want to turn it over to Jim Ahern, who's going to get us started right away.
Thank you, Father Joe. I can tell you the quality of students we have. I had to hunt them down there practicing in the room next door. That was awesome. That's awesome. So again, I'll also say welcome to contestants, family, and faculty, and the other Rotary Club here. I was talking, I've said this before, but one of my neighbors I was talking to a few years ago about the four-way speech contest, and he goes, I won it when I was 16, and he's older than me. So it gives you an idea how long this contest has been going on. And it started really with the four-way test, which was a guy in the 1930s who put together the four-way test as a way of having his company judge, are we doing the right things? And supposedly that became the format since the beginning of the four-way test, the speech contest. And so it's obviously survived the test of time. Right now, it's supposedly there's someone with a framed four-way test in an office in the US in 500,000 offices. So it's a tribute to Rotary and the value of this test. But besides the value of the four-way test, I think that the reason I do this is based on personal experiences I won't go through, but the real value is learning to stand in front of a group of people and have an impact and convince. If you never learn that, you're limited in some of the things you may want to do in your life, you may want to pursue in terms of careers, et cetera, et cetera. I got a quote, and it's from Gerald Ford. If I could go back to college again, I'd concentrate on two areas: learning to write and to speak before an audience. Nothing in life is more important than the ability to communicate effectively. So there's proof he moved on from what he did. He looked at, I don't know whether he took a speech contest in somewhere along the line he did. So, okay, down to business. Our four finalists that are here came out of Western Reserve Academy, Hudson High School. They were the top two in the competition. The process is simple. We've already drawn who's the order of the contestants. They are going to come up and begin their talk without introductions. We'll save that to after they're completed, and they'll get a chance to introduce themselves, school, grade, interests, those kinds of things. So, and when we are finished, as Father Joe said, the judges and I will go to another place. He'll continue the meeting, and we'll come back and declare the winners. And hopefully this all gets done by 8:30, 8:31 most. All right. Number one, you don't need a mic.
Know your place as a woman. Behave like a lady. You're good at it for a girl. Grow a pair. All sexist statements. Sexism is the belief that sex is a determinant factor. Misogyny is a type of sexism that includes ingrained prejudice against women. My emphasis today will be pocket misogyny. I define this as undermining thoughts, words, and actions that women face and hear daily. My goal is to raise awareness of why pocket misogyny undermines women in order to not allow it to be in the pocket anymore. In the process, calling out who said it, highlighting these statements of pocket misogyny and explaining it to everyone who heard. Today, using the four-way Rotary test, I will be examining the topic of pocket misogyny. First question, is it the truth? First statement, grow a pair. Grow a pair is the ultimate misogynistic statement. It is the idea of attaching attributes like leadership, courage, strength, and bravery to the male anatomy. As a woman, I cannot grow a pair. I cannot grow the male anatomy. You are telling me that you aren't even talking to me because I cannot grow those things. I cannot do that. So does that mean that I don't have the attributes of leadership or courage or strength or bravery? No, because there are female leaders in the world. And there are people like Kamala Harris, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Elizabeth Warren. Question 2, is it fair to all concerned? Statement 2, you're good at it for a girl. Let's take the example of a male boss and a female boss. Same workplace, same job, same title, same schooling. We tell the male that he is a great boss. We tell the female, you are only good at it for a girl. How is it fair saying you're good at it for a girl? You are telling me that I am only the best of the inferior. I am only the best of the second level. It is not fair telling me that I am less than and that I can only be good at it for a girl. I can't just be good at it because I am. Question 3, will it build goodwill and better friendships? Statement 3, know your place as a woman. What does know your place as a woman actually mean? Is it supposed to remind me that I'm beneath men, less than, that my potential has limits? Is my place as a woman below? So will it build better friendships? No, because it keeps men on top. It is telling me that no matter what, I am in a different category and I am beneath you. Will it build goodwill? No, because I know what he meant when he told me to know my place as a woman. He was upset and he felt uncomfortable by me because I was confident, I spoke up, I expressed my opinions and views, and he felt awkward by that. So he felt the need to have to remind me of where I stood. He felt the need to have to tell me that I was beneath him, less than, and that his place as a man was up here, and that my place as a woman was below. So how could that build better friendships and goodwill? Question 4, will it be beneficial to all concerned? Statement 4, behave like a lady. What do you mean by that? Sit perfectly, wear the right clothes, don't talk, let the men talk, maybe respond later. Does behaving like a lady mean that I come second? Assume all domestic roles? The question was, will it be beneficial to all concerned? No, because as it may benefit one party, someone will walk away hurt. When a misogynistic or sexist statement arises, somebody is getting belittled, somebody is getting put below. You walk away feeling less than and that your worth is below. So how could that be beneficial to all concerned? Pocket misogyny are those undermining thoughts, words, statements, and actions that women face and hear daily. People need to be aware of how pocket misogyny undermines women and fuels a sexist culture. For those of you who say these statements, know that they do belittle women, create a lesser than mentality, underqualify women, and contribute to an undermining culture. As I hear pocket misogyny in my life, I will not let statements like know your place as a woman or behave like a lady influence my perception of my capabilities. And I invite you all to do the same. Thank you. So my name is Art Tarina Bailey. I'm a freshman and I go to Western Reserve Academy. Oh, don't know yet. I'll figure it out. Who here does not use any form of social media? If you do, be honest with yourself. Have you ever spent way too much time on it, looking at others' lives, possibly while with other people? Unfortunately, these habits are increasingly common and are becoming second nature for so many of us. But if we pause for a second and really consider just how much social media is taking over our lives, it is very disconcerting to ponder. Riding the bus home, I have observed these rampant habits. Everyone is on their devices. Their faces are glued to their screens. A bus full of young, energetic people has only a slight volume of chatter. Sadly, it's very hard to have a true face-to-face conversation. These novel developments have risen exponentially throughout the past decade. Our world has been transformed by social media. Today, I ask that we reflect on this aspect of our society. Should we be concerned about the overwhelming number of users and its consequences? This question can easily be answered by applying the principles of the four-way test. Is it true? Is everything we see while scrolling through social media true? Are all the dazzling smiles, the perfect pictures, and exciting lives a true representation of who people are? No, they are not. Social media does not accurately portray our lives. The majority of what we see is filtered to only the best moments. This has serious consequences. Studies show that constantly comparing ourselves to this happy and idealized image of others leads to a lack of self-esteem. Child Mind Institute states many girls are bombarded with their friends posting perfect pictures and influencers who do a lot of photoshopping. If that's their model for what normal is, it can be very hard on their self-confidence and self-image. Who here has seen a friend post an exotic location and long to be transported there, especially in the dead of winter? Even traditional media is replete with movies and shows, all centered on the idea of enjoying the life we see others living, as opposed to being content with their own journey. This only leads to unhappiness, a lack of self-esteem, and efforts to change ourselves. Is it fair? Is it fair for us to be critical of social media? My intentions when addressing this issue are not to attack the people who use it or to define it as good or bad. Rather, they are to fairly acknowledge the benefits it does have while raising awareness of the issues it has been causing in our community. A very crucial question: does it build goodwill and friendship? It is true social media helps us to connect. It allows us to connect all over the world. Personally, I benefit when I can connect with my family in Poland. My mom posts pictures on Facebook of my sister and I partaking in various activities for my family to see. On the flip side, social media has a negative effect on our in-person relationships. A study found that when a group of sixth graders spend just a few days away from screen media, they socialize more and can recognize nonverbal emotional cues better. Just a few days. Social media has proven debilitating to our ability to interact with others in the world outside of our phones. When put in a room with others, many teens prefer to hide on their phones or aren't sure how to start a conversation. A waiter was impressed with the family because they spent dinner together, socializing and bonding with absolutely no media. For centuries, dinner has always been a time of socialization, yet now it appears to be an accomplishment to do so. If connecting on social media leads to a plummet in the caliber and quantity of our in-person relationships, we must think, is it really creating friendship and goodwill or inhibiting it? Is it beneficial? This question is a double-edged sword. Social media has a plethora of benefits. It allows us to connect with others and to have an unimaginable number of resources at our fingertips. Who doesn't enjoy the comfort of looking at a YouTube tutorial to learn how to do something because the instructions were way too vague, or looking on Pinterest to get a holiday gift idea because ornaments and stockings just won't cut it again? However, these don't come without repercussions. Suicide rates have increased by 36% in the past 2 decades, 66% for high school girls. What has changed in the past 2 decades that could have caused this horrible increase? Well, our society has been radically changed by social media. Studies have found a very strong correlation in an increase in social media usage and an increase in depression and suicide. Online Health said that 60% of people who use social media said that it has negatively impacted their mental health. Social media allows for cyberbullying, lowers self-esteem, and reduces our face-to-face interactions. After exploring the effects social media has on our society, I trust we are aware of the threats that it poses. It showcases a fake version of our lives. It weakens our interpersonal skills and relationships and has deteriorated our mental health. Is there a way to address this crisis? I believe so. Social media has become such an integral part of our society that it cannot be eliminated. Actually, it is a need to be. It is up to us to use it wisely and with love to make our community a healthier and happier place. We need to make a conscious effort not to look at it while with other people. It is crucial we condone the hate taking place on these platforms. Furthermore, we need to take the information we see with a grain of salt. Social media becomes most harmful when we spend irrational hours and lose out on our personal lives. Next time we reach for our phones, instead of falling down the rabbit hole of looking at others' lives, let's connect with somebody around us instead and live our life to the fullest. Thank you. My name is Gabriella. I'm a sophomore at Hudson.
Can everyone hear me well? This is the outfit I've worn to school every day for the last 4 years. Consists of a blazer, shirt, tie, pants, shoes, and a belt. This is also the outfit that I wore to my first job interview. Job which I landed, job which I succeeded at for a full year. This is also the outfit that I wore into my boss's office to put in my 2 weeks. The outfit that I wore out to lunch with him that day to discuss my future. Now, am I telling you this because I believe this outfit is the foundation for male excellence and prosperity. No. I'm telling you this because across multiple facets of society, this outfit is deemed professional. I believe it is imperative that all schools implement a well-regulated dress code in order to promote a safer and better academic environment. Now, I could stand here and shout euphemisms about how a lack of order breeds chaos, or about how a well-functioning society can't exist without standards. But in my 18 years on this planet, 10 of which I have been cognitively available, what could I teach you about a well-functioning society or about order and chaos? Nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, what I am here to do today is stretch my idea of a well-regulated dress code across 4 basic but incredibly essential questions. The 4-way Rotary test. Number 1, is it the truth? Is it the truth that schools experience a 12% decrease in disciplinary infractions after implementing a dress code? Yes. Is it the truth that after implementing a dress code, schools see increased class attendance coupled with decreased class tardiness? Yes. Truth is not what I am here to unpack. The second question, is it fair to all concerned? Is it fair if everyone is wearing the same thing every day? Absolutely. The issue comes when students view dress code as something that they have to do every morning, a task that must be completed before you start your day. That is not the way I view dress code. I view dress code as a tool to create a sense of community and a tool to promote self-pride within that community. So is it fair to all concerned? Absolutely. 3, will it build goodwill and better friendships? It is my belief and my understanding that when you eliminate social boundaries, friendships prevail. But I couldn't stand up here and just give you my opinion. So I walked around my school and I asked people questions about dress code. I asked what their beliefs were. One student I spoke to has lived in Hudson his entire life. He told me, I remember thinking, I can't wait to be in high school and dress like the reserve kids. I then interviewed a previous alum that is now employed at Western Reserve Academy. She said, sometimes I would wake up and just put on reserve green. It was nice to not think about the clothes I wear to school. Reserve green, if you didn't know, is a second subset of much stricter dress code that requires we wear a specific blazer and a specific tie. It's not mandatory every day. Number 4, is it beneficial to all concerned? I believe, for the reasons I stated above, that it is absolutely beneficial to all concerned. I believe that everybody benefits from a safer and better academic environment. But I would like to talk about eliminating social boundaries for our students. The inevitable class student hierarchy within a school. That people will inevitably see you for what you're wearing and what you are on the outside. And I believe a dress code eliminates that. It starts everyone on an even playing field every day. And I believe it is also important to first learn a collective identity before students are capable of branching out and forming their own personal creative identity. Provide a safety net for students to fall back on. I believe it is absolutely beneficial to everyone concerned. So does a mandatory dress code pass the 4-way Rotary test? Yes, I believe so. But change does not happen quickly. The great orator Demosthenes believed that it was the citizens' job to uphold the laws of the country. So I'm asking you to share that responsibility with me and promote and bring back professionalism in our schools. Thank you. My name is Mason Lawler. I'm 18. I turn 19 in about a week. I'm a senior from Bath, Ohio. I enjoy fly fishing, hunting, horseback riding, everything outdoors. Thank you.
Everyone remembers the first time they had the talk. Mine was in 5th grade health class. They sat everyone down and told us about puberty and periods. In 7th grade, they made all the girls watch a video of a woman giving birth and then gave us a talk about abstinence. But I have to be honest, as a junior in high school, through all of these health classes, no one's ever actually told me what sex is. Sex is a taboo in America. Adults dread telling their children about it, and children dread hearing about it from adults. Parents often leave it up to the schools to fill in the blanks, but let's be honest, the school playground is probably telling their kid more than the school classroom. My mission today is to solve the issue of how to deal with sexual health education in our country. And yes, prepare to be a little bit uncomfortable. First, I'll overview the truth of exactly why our current system is not working. Second, I'll explain why sexual health education is beneficial and can help our youths become better adults. Finally, I'll give fair solutions and ways to enact change. Here are the facts. Out of the 50 states in America, 39 require sexual health education and 13 require medical accuracy. This means a vast majority of our nation is either wholly uneducated or receiving education that isn't even necessarily true. Actually, more than half of teenagers in America actually have sex before receiving instruction on how to do it safely and properly. Even the schools that are teaching something clearly aren't doing it right. Of the 20 million new sexually transmitted illness or STI cases that occur each year, half are adolescents. Let me reiterate that. In our country, there are 10 million adolescents with STI cases every single year. Wow. Even the schools that are teaching something clearly aren't doing it right for that reason. Some schools tried to ignore the issue and tell kids, don't have sex, to ignore all these problems, but that doesn't work either. It's actually been found that higher levels of abstinence education actually correlate to higher rates of teen pregnancy. I propose that we create comprehensive, long-lasting sexual health education, lessons on reliable health information, products, and services, along with lessons about relationships, communication, and decision-making. Is it the truth? Well, it's certainly based in fact. If we teach kids the truth about these taboo topics, it means they won't fall into these bleak statistics I just listed, saddled with children of their own and lifelong diseases before they can even vote. Not only are STIs uncomfortable and embarrassing, they lead to long-term health issues such as cancer, HIV/AIDS, cardiovascular and nervous system damage, and death. Kids who learn and are educated are less likely to become pregnant or impregnate, contract STIs, and engage in risky behavior. Will it build better friendship and goodwill? Schools are not just teaching kids to have sex or how to do it safely. It's actually fair to all concerned because even though there aren't teenagers who are engaging in sex education teaches children how to build better relationships with themselves and with others. When reviewing school curriculums that involve topics other than just STIs and pregnancy, a wide range of benefits are seen. There is reduced bullying, reduced homophobia, and an increased reporting and prevention of dating violence and child sex abuse. Even within the student body, there is improved self-image, better media literacy, and improved communication across all types of relationships. We are teaching children how to be kind, how to understand themselves, and how to communicate, not turning them into perverts or deviants. Schools often just treat health as a one and done topic, requiring 1 or 2 classes throughout an entire education. But this isn't fair. Health affects a child through their entire life. It is not something they can learn in 1 class or even 1 week. All of these facts support the idea that we should create teaching that starts early and teaches children developmentally appropriate things from an early age and builds upon itself. When we teach kids about these topics, they can take smarter, better action. We can create a society of healthy, informed people. We won't have teenagers jeopardizing their future because of ignorance or adults perpetuating it. The question now is, how do we fix this in a way that is fair to all concerned? There is actually 0 federal funding when it comes to sexual health education. And my big idea is that we should create some. If the federal government helps state and local communities create and enact this change, then there will be less strain and less division of money. Education will be widespread and equitable, not favoring one location over the other. This is currently being tried with things such as the Real Education and Access for Healthy Youth Act, but it is up to constituents to let their representatives know that this is an issue that they care about. But federal funding is a big ask. Congress is slow and takes a lot of time, as we all know. So what can we do in the meantime? Schools and local communities can do what they can with the resources they can to improve their sexual health education. This could mean asking students what they want to learn about, ensuring open dialogues are created, and involving actual experts in discussions, not just teachers. They can also encourage peer-to-peer education. This is where teenagers teach other teenagers about sexual health. And I know it sounds outrageous, but not only is it being used in school and local communities across the country, it's being used across the world. Teenagers are uncomfortable talking to adults about these things, and they find other teenagers more credible about sexual health. It increases the likelihood that the steps being taught will actually be taken, and it vastly improves teen knowledge and attitude about sexual health. It reduces sex initiation, it reduces risky behavior, it reduces teen pregnancy, it reduces STIs, and it increases contraceptive use. This is currently being done with programs such as the Healthy Teen Network, Teen PEP, and the Peer-to-Peer Project, and they all have seen great participation and great change throughout the nation. Imagine this. Instead of remembering that one uncomfortable class you had in middle school about puberty, you remember a lifetime of education that left you feeling capable of being a better person and having better relationships. Sexual health education is certainly beneficial to all, will build connection, is fair to all concerned, and is based in fact. Let's create education that will create better people, better relationships, and a better society. Come on, guys. Let's just talk about sex. My name is Silas Gracer. I'm a junior at Hudson High School. I do speech and debate with my coach, Sharif. I do declamation and duo interpretation. So I basically pretend to be someone else for most of my school day. I also do mock trial, academic challenge, and I'm a part of National Honor Society.
Am I on now? There we are. Yeah. Thank you for catching that. Appreciate that. Was that you, Sharif, back there? Giving me that shout out. All right. So a few things we need to take care of in terms of club business. Okay. One is we need somebody to step into the able shoes of Tom Petropoulos, who's taking a new job. He's still going to be with us via Zoom, but we need somebody to run our AV. Maybe run it for a month until we find somebody who wants to do it permanently or for a short time. So if you're somebody who can do that, will you see me today after our meeting and we can talk about it? The second thing I want to point out is that our service project for this month is Grace House out of Akron. Am I right? That's out of Akron. And it is a hospice community. As a priest, one of the things I often have to do is visit people at the end of their lives. Those who have gone through and been taken care of by hospice communities, let me just tell you, they are incredible. They do. Yeah, Terry, you got something on this? Better yet, right? Yeah. Oh, fantastic. For those of you out there online who didn't maybe not hear Terry, this Grace House is for persons who have no caretaker. So largely homeless community. I don't know why I'm looking up there, like they're not going to be able to see me back this way. But those who just bear with me. Those who have nobody to take care of them, and what a wonder. And the founder is a graduate founder or director or something of that nature is a graduate of Hudson High School. So a great ministry, really, service to people. And what they need this month, we're going to try to gather are gift cards to local grocery stores that they can go and replenish needs that they have for food items, as well as postage stamps. So if you could help with either of those, bring them here. Terry will collect them, make sure that they get to the Grace House and to the people who are involved there. Third thing I want to bring up is our gala. We have the gala coming up in May 19. Am I remembering that date correctly? Because it is my son Dietrich Boisel's 23rd birthday on the 19th of May. So I'll give him a card and I'll head off and go party with y'all. And so anyway, on the 19th, so if you haven't yet done that, bought your tickets and get that money in, there's information out. Marilyn, you want to say anything about this? No, just information on the counter out there, pick some up. If you've been asked to go out and to help us gather gifts for the auction items, chop chop, get busy on that. Make that part of your planning for May the 19th. Now I'm going to bring up Madeline and Mike, and we are going to induct a new member into our club. Madeline Lapidi Carino is going to, she's been attending, has completed all her hazing activities. We 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 had her break into local dormitories and steal fire extinguishers. And so have those been returned yet? I'm not sure, but yeah. So Mike, you come over here and yes.
Thank you, Father Joe. I did find an induction speech on my phone. So if you'll bear with me while I try to read this fine print on the phone, I would like to proceed with inducting Madeline into our club. So Madeline, on behalf of the Board of Membership and the Board of the Club, of the Membership Committee and the Board of our club, we would like to welcome you as our newest member. We look forward to the fellowship that we will share with you as your participation in the club helps make our community, country, and world a better place to live in. Madeline, you've been chosen for membership in our club because your fellow members believe you to be a leader in the community, and because you possess the qualities, because you possess the qualities of leadership and service that we need in our club. Our community will know and judge Rotary by your character and service. We will also look to you for inspiration as we strive to become better Rotarians. I will now vest you in the club by presenting you with your pin on behalf of your sponsor, Mimi Becker. So here we go, and I'd ask you to go ahead and pin this on yourself to become official. And you have to give that back to us. That's not your real pin. Okay, good. Okay, so we ask that you wear your Rotary pin with pride, not only to all Rotary functions, but in your many endeavors as a symbol of your commitment to Rotary's ideals and your recognition of your contribution towards a better world. Fellow Rotarians, please rise and welcome our newest member. Marilyn's going to say a few words about herself.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank members of the Rotary and for accepting me as a member in the Rotary. And I would like to thank Mimi Becker and Ginny Frazier for introducing me to the Rotary. I'm very proud to be a member. Now, a little bit about me. I'm a member of, I live at Laurel Lake Retirement Community, and I'm actively involved in the Resident Association. I'm currently the council president of the Resident Association, and I'm involved in committees. In fact, Mimi, along with Mimi, we had set up the Informed Citizens Committee to introduce our residents to speakers who are making an influence outside in the Hudson community, in Summit County, in the state of Ohio. So we've been sponsoring civil discourse about important subject matters. Outside of Laurel Lake, I've been a social worker for over half a decade, really. God, it's been long. I've worked in the mental health field with children and families. Then at a ripe old age of 50s, I went back to law school and became a lawyer. And I worked in juvenile law. And currently I am practically retired. I still do guardian ad litem cases with children representing their best interest in courts. So I've been involved in the community. I've been involved in working with families, and I am happy to be here today. Thank you.
Coincidentally, I also was involved in juvenile law when I was a juvenile. From the other side of the table, though.
What do you mean when you were juvenile?
Yeah, me too. What county did you?
Yeah, Clark County. Yeah, Springfield, Ohio. Wow, what a great thing. We have our Rotabuck raffle. We have one of our high schoolers perhaps come up and draw a ticket for us. Would you do that, one of you all? Indifferent which one? The payout today is $11. Jackpot $171. So getting close to Catherine Signs kind of money. Okay, so we just pull a ticket out of there. The number too, please. Just, yeah, the whole thing right there.
923-192.
192. Oh, Mimi, is that you? 192. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, good. Oh, coming down. Come down here.
Coming down is good.
Okay, you give me your ticket. 192.
Yeah.
No, I'm doing an audit up here. All right. Here's your money. Take your
my
money.
money.
All right.
No, give it back.
You see there's a black one in there. See that? There's really one in there, and you did not. Ah, too bad. Yeah. Well, it looks like we still have a few minutes. I don't know if this is really qualifies as a typical story. Some of the things, as somebody with an Irish heritage, we like to tell stories, don't we, Jen? Stories are a part of our Irish heritage, and so I do that on a semi-regular basis here. So maybe today, about this fellow named Patty who goes into a bar and he sits down at the bar, as one does if you're Irish, and he sits next to a fellow and he says to the fellow, "Hi, what's your name?" And the guy says, "My name's Sean. What's your name?" "I am Patty." He says, "So Sean, where are you from?" He says, "Oh, I grew up in Dublin." "I grew up in Dublin. Where did you grow up?" He said, "Well, I grew up on Steel Street." "I grew up on Steel Street." "Oh, this is unbelievable. Where'd you go to high school?" "I went to St. Mary's High School." "I went to St. Mary's High School," Patty says. "Tell me, what year did you graduate?" "I graduated in 2000. "I graduated in 2000, he says. The bartender smacks himself on the head and says, "The Murphy twins are drunk again." Yeah. That's sort of our thing. All right, somebody here, a Rotarian, I thought we would do this. You've been a Rotarian for a while. There's a microphone down here. Maybe come down to the microphone and give us, like one of the parts of the four-way test. Doesn't have the all four of them. Don't give a four-way speech contest. We know you could do it. But give us how one of the parts of the test have been influential to you. They've kind of helped you in directing your life and your thinking. Somebody do this. Come on. Yeah, go ahead. Head on over there.
The one I always talked about was, is it beneficial to all concerned? And the reality is it better for you than for me? Is it better for me than for you? Or is it equal? And in business, it often can be equal. And I remember telling employees this as well, that it's got to be good for everybody equally. And therefore, we can be a stronger organization in that way. Thank you.
Absolutely. We certainly appreciate the strive for equality, right? That everybody has an equal opportunity and equal access to all the benefits. Oh, it looks like we have a return. Oh, are decisions made there, Mr. Ahern? It was really easy. All right. They were all fantastic. Yeah. Yes, come on up.
All the contestants come on up front.
Here, you need this. You do.
You need 3 hands, but that's okay.
Need another hand? Need help?
Yeah.
You good?
Maybe. Where's Ted? Ted, there you are. Come on up here, Ted. Hey, first of all, before we get a final, can I ask everybody a round of applause for 4 awesome students? Obviously, this is the hard part, but I do want to make sure there's some thank yous to folks that make this happen at the school level. And if Sharif Mansour, if you could stand up, Todd Gilbert, and Cece Haim. Cece, you're the speech coach. Todd's the head of the English department, and Sharif is the new debate coach at Hudson. Awesome. So I want to thank my partner in crime, Ted, for we've been doing this for a number of years. So So it's a lot of fun, labor of love. This is not the labor of love I like at the end, though, because as usual, the scoring came out very close. And so I think we're going to start off with yeah, here. There you go. So it will go fourth, third, and fourth place gets $100. Third place gets $200. Second place gets $300, and first place gets $400. But first place is eligible then to go to the district competition where the first place gets $1,200, then it's $1,000 and $800, and some at-large winners at $300 or $400. So that's pretty good work for a great experience. So Ted, number 4, Mason Lawler. Thank you very much. Thank you. Number 3, Artrina Bailey. Congratulations. Number 2, Silas. Grasser or Gracer? Gracer. And Gabriella Skamra, you're a winner. So congratulations. Yes, absolutely. Can I ask a favor for the 3 teachers to come down also for a picture with the students? You want to get on one side and I'll get on the other? Yeah, well. Again, congratulations, and hope to see you back next year, except for the senior. I hope the senior graduates.
Our districts.
April 22nd.
Oh, no. That's scared of that. I have another Jasmine went on a Colorado trip that week.
Okay. Hey, Silas. Show up, take your place. We've done this before with somebody. You're not the person. She can't make the competition. You're second.
Oh, no.
It's April.